Ever wondered why Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, continues to enthrall and challenge adventurers across the globe? Nestled in the heart of the Himalayas, standing tall at an astounding 29,031 feet, Everest, the peak of mysteries, has a magnetic allure. Its snow-capped majesty and the sheer audacity of its height have intrigued and beckoned risk-takers, dreamers, and explorers for ages. The fascination is undeniable, the challenge irresistible. So, brace yourselves as we start our countdown from fact number 10. 10. Did you know that the height of Mount Everest is a subject of debate? Yes, you heard that right. The world's highest peak does not have a universally agreed-upon height. The controversy arises mainly due to two factors: the snowcap that sits atop Everest and the shifting tectonic plates beneath it. The snowcap on Everest varies in thickness from season to season, and even throughout a single day, altering the mountain's total height. So the question arises, should the snowcap be included in Everest's official height? And then there's the issue of the shifting tectonic plates. Everest lies in the Himalayan range, formed by the collision of the Indian and Eurasian tectonic plates. These plates are still moving, causing Everest to grow taller, albeit at a glacial pace. Regardless of its exact height, there's no denying Everest's towering presence. Imagine standing in hurricane-force winds. That's a reality at Everest's summit. The winds at the top of the world are no gentle breeze. They're a powerful force, often reaching speeds of up to 75 miles per hour, with gusts sometimes exceeding a staggering 100 miles per hour. That's equivalent to a Category 1 hurricane. These extreme wind speeds pose a significant challenge for those daring enough to scale Everest. It's not just the physical strain of battling against the gusts. It's also the mental toll. Imagine trying to maintain your footing on a narrow path with a deadly drop on either side while being buffeted by unrelenting winds. It's a test of endurance, courage, and sheer willpower. The winds can also whip up blizzards, reducing visibility to almost zero and making the perilous journey even more treacherous. The weather is one of Everest's most formidable defenses. 8. Welcome to the death zone. This ominous term, as chilling as the thin air it represents, refers to altitudes above 8,000 meters, where the oxygen levels are insufficient to sustain human life. Picture yourself above the clouds, in an environment not meant for us, where each breath is a battle. Mount Everest's death zone begins at approximately 29,000 feet, roughly the cruising altitude of a commercial jet. Here, the oxygen level is a third of what we breathe at sea level. This extreme lack of oxygen, coupled with brutal weather conditions and treacherous terrain, makes the death zone lethal for climbers. The human body begins to deteriorate rapidly, leading to a potentially fatal condition known as hypoxia, where insufficient oxygen reaches the brain and other vital organs. The death zone is a testament to the harsh conditions on Everest, a reminder that we are merely visitors in these lofty heights, forever at the mercy of the mountain's harsh and unforgiving environment. 7. Mount Everest, ironically, is a graveyard. Yes, you heard that right. This majestic peak, with its snow-capped grandeur, is also home to a chilling testament of human ambition. Over the years, hundreds of climbers have lost their lives in the pursuit of conquering the mighty Everest. The extreme conditions mean that it's often impossible to bring their bodies down. As a result, these brave souls remain where they fell, frozen in time and ice. Strangely enough, these grim markers have become a part of the Everest landscape, serving as somber landmarks for those who dare to follow in their footsteps. Some climbers even name these spots after the fallen, turning personal tragedies into waypoints on the path towards the peak. It's a stark reminder of the risks involved in this grand adventure. Every step on Everest is a reminder of its deadly beauty. 6. The unsung heroes of Everest, the Sherpas. Born and bred in the high altitudes of the Himalayas, these resilient individuals take on the perilous task of guiding climbers up the treacherous slopes of Everest. They carry heavy loads, set up camps, and fix ropes along the route, their invaluable contribution making the journey to the summit possible for many climbers. But their heroic efforts are not without immense risk. Sherpas face the same, if not greater, dangers as those who journey to the peak. Avalanches, crevasses, and the unforgiving weather conditions are just a few of the challenges they encounter. Despite the hazards, their knowledge of the mountain, their physical endurance, and their unwavering commitment to assist climbers are nothing less than extraordinary. Their bravery and selflessness embody the true spirit of mountaineering. Without the Sherpas, conquering Everest would be a far greater challenge. Climbing Everest comes with a hefty price tag. The financial aspects of an Everest expedition are as challenging as the physical ones. The journey begins with a permit, a ticket to the top of the world, which alone can cost up to $35,000. Next, the gear. A collection of high-tech clothing, climbing equipment, and survival tools. This can easily set one back by another $10,000. And then there are the guides. Sherpas, the unsung heroes of Everest, don't come cheap. A seasoned Sherpa can command fees upward of $5,000. Additional costs include travel to and from Nepal, food and lodging, and other miscellaneous expenses that can quickly add up. All told, an Everest expedition can cost a climber anywhere from $40,000 to over $100,000. Climbing Everest is as much a financial challenge as it is a physical one. Oxygen bottles, a lifeline, or an environmental concern? Now that's a question that's been floating around for a while. As we ascend into the thin air of Everest, oxygen bottles become more than just equipment. They transform into a lifeline, a beacon of hope for the climbers. But there's a catch. These same oxygen bottles, once depleted, morph into a significant environmental concern. You see, it's not just the sheer volume of discarded bottles that's worrisome. The high altitude and harsh weather conditions make it nearly impossible to retrieve and recycle them. So these discarded lifelines, these empty oxygen bottles, end up littering the pristine slopes of Everest. They become a part of the mountain's landscape, a silent testament to the human pursuit of adventure. But at what cost? As we navigate the treacherous terrains, we must remember to respect and protect the sanctity of this majestic mountain. The path to the summit is littered with the remnants of past expeditions. Everest, the world's highest traffic jam. It's a paradox, isn't it? The roof of the world, a place where one might expect solitude, often resembles a bustling city during rush hour. The peak of Everest has seen an exponential rise in climbers over the years, transforming this majestic mountain into a crowded spectacle. This overcrowding isn't just an inconvenience, it's a danger. You see, on Everest, time is of the essence. The longer climbers wait in line, the more they expose themselves to the harsh elements. Hypothermia, frostbite, or worse, the dreaded altitude sickness can strike at any moment. The crowded peak also means a higher chance for accidents. One misstep and it could trigger a domino effect, putting everyone in the vicinity at risk. It's a high-stakes game of patience and endurance, played at 29,000 feet. Yes, the solitude of the mountain is often shattered by the long line of climbers. 2. The triumph of human spirit, the first and fastest to conquer Everest. In the annals of mountaineering, two names stand out for their historic first ascent of Everest. Sir Edmund Hillary, a New Zealander, and Tenzing Norgay, a Sherpa of Nepal, reached the summit together on May 29, 1953. Theirs was a story of grit, determination, and unparalleled teamwork. Now, let's fast forward to the present. The record for the fastest ascent of Everest is currently held by Pemba Dorje Sherpa, who astonishingly reached the summit in a mere 8 hours and 10 minutes in May 2004. To put that into perspective, most climbers take several days to complete the same journey. Pemba Dorje Sherpa's feat is a testament to his incredible physical endurance and mental fortitude. Their feats remind us of the indomitable human spirit. Everest, a unique ecosystem. Let's take a moment to appreciate the rich biodiversity that calls this towering giant home. Despite its harsh conditions, Everest is a sanctuary for a surprising variety of flora and fauna. At the lower elevations, you'll find lush forests of rhododendron, birch, and juniper. As you ascend, the vegetation becomes sparse, making way for mosses and lichens that tenaciously cling to the rocks. But it's not just plant life that has adapted to this extreme environment. The Everest region is home to unique animal species, including the elusive snow leopard, the Himalayan tahr, and the red panda, each perfectly adapted to its high-altitude home. Birds, too, find refuge here, with species like the bar-headed goose and the Himalayan monal adding a splash of color to the stark landscape. These species are a testament to the resilience of life in the most extreme environments. Mount Everest, a pinnacle of nature's grandeur, continues to captivate us. So that's our countdown of top 10 intriguing facts about Mount Everest. We've journeyed through the mysteries of its peak, braved the controversies of its height, felt the chills of the windy summit, faced the perils of the death zone, and acknowledged the Sherpa heroes. We've also discovered the financial and environmental costs of this adventure and marveled at both the crowded peak and the unique ecosystem thriving on this colossal giant. In its majesty and mystery, Mount Everest truly is a mountain of extremes.